What goes into finesse fishing for bass? Terry Tuma explains in this week's Channel 12 Fishing Tip.
I had some questions asked. First of all, what is finesse fishing for bass? What is a jig worm for bass? And how and what kind of equipment should we use? First of all, use a jig head that's going to correspond with the type of bait that we're using. Many times a pro jig worm, extremely productive, and then of course your shaky snake, also extremely productive on the jig head itself. What you want to do with a jig head though is when you're selecting one, have one that has a longer shank, and I do like the plastic keeper, it's going to hold your plastic on, and a fairly wide gap hook. And the reason that the shaky snake is so productive is that it has a real vibrant action when you have it hooked on a jig head in the water column. I do use a spinning rod and reel, generally speaking a 7+ in length, and then test line. I use mono here under these kind of conditions, and that mono is 8-pound test, but extremely productive. Working along deep weed edges, along inside turns of points where there's some weeds, and break line, weeds coming right up to the edge of the break line and then starting to drop down deep. These are all very productive to fish this type of a bait for reluctant bass. It does work. Use your patience, your confidence, and you are going to catch fish. Give it a try.